I think it's one of the coolest jobs, if you want to call it that, dream come true. The Olympics are so special and so magical, and they just have such a tremendous impact. Meaningful, responsibility, and honor.
Do you have a favorite Olympic moment?
Probably winning gold in 2018. We came so close so many times, and it hadn't been done for 20 years, and to bring and capture gold again, bring that back to the United States was just so monumental for us.
Hilary's been my partner essentially since the Beijing Olympics, but we just really got to know each other at the Olympics.
I'm Brianna Hollis, and I am at the iconic Olympic Center in Lake Placid, New York. This segment is about one of Team USA's ultimate leaders. At 36 years old, Hilary Knight of the women's ice hockey team is a four-time Olympic medalist. Her teammates look up to her, her coaches look to her, and she is looking for another gold. She talks to us about the transition from newbie to mentor, what repping the USA means to her, and what it's like to have a partner who's also an Olympic athlete.
Hilary Knight, and I've been with Team USA since 2006.
Talking to some of your teammates yesterday, and a lot of them brought you up as a role model on the team and someone they really look up to. Talk about what that means to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's special. I think it's not something, I remember when I was a young age coming into the program and just like older teammates, showing me the ropes, teaching me just how to do things, how to be a pro, all the little things that go into being successful at this level, and then obviously maintaining success. And obviously each one of your teammates, you want that for them so badly. And so if you can have a small hand in helping that in any way and have a positive impact, you're doing something right.
Do you remember some of the specific teammates that made that kind of impact on you?
Definitely. It's like Angela Ruggiero, Jenny Potter, Julie Chu, just everyone's like so special in that way, because I was just so young coming into the program, and you don't know how to make that next step.
Yeah.
And somehow you get there, and then you're like, okay, now I have to make another step. Once you're here, things are better, and so just having that like helpful guidance and that like nurturing aspect to it, while also instilling that continued competitiveness, is just important.
What is your journey to Italy like right now?
Yeah, right now we have 30 players in the world, the top 30 for us in the United States, and we get down to 23 before Italy, and 23 players are going to go and represent our country on the world stage.
What has it meant for you to be able to represent your country on the world stage?
Yeah, I think it's one of the coolest jobs, if you want to call it that, dream come true sort of in the world. The Olympics are so special and so magical, and they just have such a tremendous impact, not only on the competitors that are out there on doing their sport, but just the country. So it's a huge honor to be able to represent your country on a world stage.
Do you have a favorite Olympic moment?
Probably winning gold in 2018. We came so close so many times, and it hadn't been done for 20 years, and to bring and capture gold again, bring that back to the United States was just so monumental for us, and especially all the challenges we had off the ice, and everything came together at the right moment for us, and that's something we're looking to do here for 2026.
Talk about your teammates and what they mean to you.
Yeah, I mean, my teammates are everything. They're literally my second family, and it's so cool to be able to do this like fun thing on the ice as a sport, super competitive, elite level, and then share those moments of like what we go through with one another, and just be humans together and just meet other people and establish sort of like lifelong friendships, that now you're going to weddings and all these other great things, and having great memories with people. So it's like a second family.
What would it mean for you to make this Italy team?
It would mean the world. I mean, anytime you have an opportunity to go to an Olympics is incredible, and then it sort of double down, and anytime you have an opportunity to win an Olympics is that next step.
Exactly.
So right now working on earning a spot, and once we get into that room and get formed, it's going to be the challenge of capturing gold.
If you could use 3 words to describe how it feels and what it means to you to represent the U.S., what would those 3 words be?
Meaningful, responsibility, and honor.
Good.
Yeah.
And talk about So you've been to 4
Yeah.
Olympics?
Yep.
Okay. I know obviously winning the gold, that's the main one that stood out, but what have you learned through being there for so many different games? Do the nerves get any
Doesn't
better?
get any easier. No, I just, like, each Olympics is so different and unique, and you have, unique challenges particular to that games and that event. So it's just being able to adapt and adjust and kind of go with the flow, but also, infuse that, why you're there, and sort of that competition. But you can only control so much, and so I think you start to realize when you're preparing, you try to check every single box to get there, and then things can go completely left, and you're like, okay, I now need to, adjust sort of that steering wheel. But yeah, no, it's just being able to adapt and adjust and control what you can, and also I think, you get in these crazy high-level competition environments that sometimes you can forget that you are at the Olympics, and that's a pretty incredible feat in itself. And so just that thought should be a little bit more calming, because you've already accomplished a lot. Not many people can compete in the Olympics, so especially the winter, because our numbers are so small. So it's super competitive. But yeah, it's definitely a dream come true.
Now we're going to backtrack all the way to the beginning. How did you get involved in the sport?
I moved from California to Illinois and just started playing hockey or I guess skating first and then playing hockey when you see all the gear, but really just to meet other kids in the community. It's really hard when you're moving around a lot, and we moved around, and hockey became that constant in our family's life, and we're so grateful for the community.
Anything particular, any moments that stick out to you growing up playing hockey where you were like, oh, this is going to be what I do?
I don't know, I felt like every time I was on the ice, I was like, this is what I want to do. And you never really have that moment until you're a little bit older and you see kind of what the world could be like. Now it's different, right? We have a professional league, so that's awesome. You get to see us on the international stage,
yeah,
and the Olympic stage as well. So there's so many different touch points we can have with like a new viewer to get a young girl or a young face interested in the sport, which is awesome, because it'll take you to amazing places.
And you're in a unique position where your partner is also an Olympic athlete. Talk about what that's like, and you two being able to support each other through that.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's a little crazy because I feel like we're on opposite schedules, even though we're still both winter sports. Like her recovery week is when we're out here, and vice versa. So it's not really aligning well, but that's kind of what we signed up for. But it's just being able to support each other. I think, whenever you're with like elite level athletes, you just kind of think alike and approach things differently in the best ways, and collaborate when you can. And it's going to be a fun and interesting ride for sure. But it's nice that she's going to have 22 extra people cheering her on. Right? But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
You were at the Olympics with no family and friends. Other athletes were there, and you met a very special athlete named Hilary. So tell us about that.
Yeah, Hilary's been my partner essentially since the Beijing Olympics, but we just really got to know each other at the Olympics, and we would kind of talk back and forth on Instagram. And one of the nights when we were in Beijing, she asked, "Hey, do you want to go for a walk after dinner?" And this was not glamorous by any means. I mean, first date, mask on, outside, but it was kind of like we were living in this like bubble, this reality TV bubble almost. You didn't really have any distractions, like you said, no family, no friends. You're just there with your teammates and other Team USA athletes. So we really got to know each other, and then we would go maybe like on a lunch or a dinner date. Again, not glamorous. Plexiglass in between each seat, so we didn't get to see each other much, but we got to know each other very well and have been inseparable ever since. It's been a blessing for sure.
She's a women's hockey player. So what have you learned about hockey? Do you guys skate together?
I have watched more hockey in the past 3.5 years than I ever thought I would in my life, but it's awesome. It is so cool watching those ladies go out there and compete, and those girls are fast, strong, and powerful. And we've gotten to skate with each other a little bit. I've gotten some long track skates on her out here, and I've put some hockey skates, and I'm faster than her, but I cannot stop. I cannot turn right. So she's killing it. She's killing it. We'll stay in our own lanes.
Knight already mentioned that a trip to Milan would be her 5th Olympic Games. But let's take a deep dive through her decorated career. She made her Olympic debut at the 2010 Games in Vancouver. Then, according to her bio, she was the youngest member of that silver medal team compared to now, where she's the most senior member of Team USA. 4 years later, she helped the team to another silver medal at the 2014 Games in Sochi. Of course, right before the epic 2018 Olympics in Pyeongchang, where the team walked away with a gold medal, defeating Canada 3-2 in shootouts. Knight and Team USA hockey medaled once again coming out of the pandemic in 2022 when the games were in Beijing, hitting the podium with a silver. And her world championship experience extends even further. Knight joining the squad nearly 20 years ago in 2007. During that time, she helped the team earn 10 gold medals and 5 silver medals, the most recent gold this 2025 season. Now, if this sounds like an insane amount of accolades, that's really because it is. She is a record 10-time world champion and also holds the records for goals, assists, and points. Outside of Team USA, Knight plays in the Professional Women's Hockey League, or PWHL. She was formerly on the Boston Fleet and recently signed to PWHL Seattle. She played a key role in launching this league as her pursuit for gender equality in the sport. And we'll wrap up with a light, fun question. Regardless of prior experience or any talent, if you could compete in any other Winter Olympic sport, what would it be?
Oh, Winter Olympic sport? Probably giant slalom.
Okay.
Yeah. That'd be pretty sick. I'm a huge Lindsey Vonn and Michaela Schifrin fan, and what those women do is just incredible, and that need for speed is just insane. So
love it.
That would be my choice.
That would be it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anything
cool.
else you want to